Today I'm showing you how to combine watercolor and collage to add texture and depth to your mixed media art. It's easy, relaxing, one of my favorite ways to make watercolor feel more dimensional and add texture. So let's get started. I'm going to start a little differently today. I printed these onto these photos that I took onto medical exam paper with my laser printer. I just taped the paper to a sheet of regular printing paper and then ran it through the printer. So I think I'm going to start with this first so we get this layer down. I think if I try to put it over watercolor, it's going to smear all over the place. So let me cut out some shapes here. Here's a fun tip. If you take a water brush and wet your paper down, it makes it a little easier to rip. And it gives you some pretty neat edges so that it's not so straight. Okay, so I took the two pieces. They were like this at the beginning, but I really like the shape of this one. So I'm going to move it over here and I'm going to put this one down here at the bottom. So you don't have to use your papers as you made them, right? You can put them wherever you want. Let's put down some matte medium here on the paper. And as always, I'm going to spritz the back of this with some water. This helps it go transparent. This paper is magic. You're going to see why in just a second. So it's also more durable, I think, than wet strength tissue paper. It is gonna, it looks a little stark right now, but that's because we haven't done anything. And the reason why I printed this with my, that's not smearing, my thing is dirty. My laser printer is because I wanted it to be, I didn't want it, the inkjet will smear if you add water to it. It just doesn't hold up because it's water soluble. Okay, spray this piece. So that was my method behind that. I'm just going to lay this down. Okay, if there are wrinkles, that's just my dirty fingers again. I really need to wash my hands. But the ink is not smearing. That's just me being messy. I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll start working. Something else I always do is put down the paper and the medium and what I printed it with. So next time I pull this up, I'm going to know that it's a laser print with medical exam paper. So I'm not just guessing. Okay, so I'm going to use this big oval today. Stretch down the paper a little bit. Let's just see if we can make a moody sky for our lovely trees to reside in. I'll bring that down through here a little bit. I'm going to bring it all the way down. Maybe not. I don't know. Love this big brush. Makes good clouds. Like a little bit darker color coming through here. You can see that we got a little bit of edges here on the MEP. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. So we're going to pretend like we don't see it. So that's what we do, right? I mean, we might be able to work with it. But it is collage, so it's obviously not going to disappear completely. That's kind of the thing. Especially with watercolor. It's so light that it's kind of hard to get, you know, a good dark tone. Orangey color through here. I'm going to just bring it through here. It's almost like a dark umber we got going on. I can paint right over the med exam paper. Not going to harm it. Again, let's go in with a color shaper. That paint was really too wet. That's okay. I think we can make it work. Sort of like that white wash that's coming through there. Ooh, I like that. I really do like painting with my color shaper. It makes such good marks. If I brought in a little bit more of that color through here. Ooh, it's looking kind of cool. Not sure I like how straight that line is. It's feeling a little too contrived right through there. Let's come in with a little bit of the raw umber or the liquid umber. This is from Schminke. Okay, I got that way too much. Ooh, that's pretty. I like it. Ooh, I like how these marks from pulling it down like that with a little bit thicker paint. That's a fun thing. Probably need again, just trying to get that optimal feel. Maybe a little too thick. Just experimenting. That's what we do when we make mixed media. Mixed media is all about experimenting and trying new things. Seeing where the fun takes you, right? Okay, let's come in with our stylus here. I'm gonna make some marks through here. I like the scratching back in. Okay, but I don't really like that mark. I don't want loopy marks. Okay, I've added just a little bit more of that blue. Don't know why. I kind of want it to be a little bit more dramatic. Maybe a tad bit more of that umber. I know I just covered up all the marks I just made. Oh, okay, that was not good. Ooh, but I like that green that's kind of making through there. This feels very painterly to me. Thick paint with the color shaper. Who knew? I didn't know. We need to address that. My thought is I might want to come in with just some white acrylic paint. Okay, I think I want more of this sort of green color. I'm just gonna put it down. Oh, it feels like it might need more blue. This might be bad, but I think what I want to do is add some white paint through here. Because what I don't like how that edge is. I don't like it. It's not right. It doesn't work for me. So let's do this first, and then we can come back in and scrape back. I think if we scrape back some of the areas, like, okay, but this is very white through here. I know it looks like a hot mess. I feel it. I feel it being hot messy. But I think this is really gonna do something. Let's come back in with our palette knife. Okay, this isn't working as well as I thought it would. I thought I could just scrape that off, but I guess maybe. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more soft through here. I think we're gonna have to come back in with, okay, that doesn't bug me as much as it did a minute ago. Right, it's a little messy over here. Let's see if we can't. I don't know if I'm making this better or worse. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I might be making it worse. Okay, I think if we dry that, we can go over it with some Caran d'Ache and add some more marks back in. We kind of need to bring up a little bit into the sky a little bit. This is the Golden Open white, titanium white. Just kind of wanted to bring a little bit more up through there. Okay, I'm gonna dry this and then we'll see if we can make marks over it. Let's come in with our deli paper and Caran d'Ache and put some marks into these areas up here. Maybe if I can do it. I just want to add some pieces. To maybe, we're just kind of trying to lightly add some interest through here. Because I don't want it to be like, I don't know. I'm not explaining myself very well today. I like these little bits here. Do I want to bring these up a little bit? I think it will. It's kind of hard to do with like not being able to see what you're doing. That's the fun, right? That's the fun part. Might be time for a new piece of paper. Oh, I made devil horns. Awesome. I don't like those. What if I came over into this area a little bit? Okay. I sort of like that. You know what? I really like too are these little dots. Can we make more of those? These little dotted areas? Not really. Okay, I don't like what's going on here. We gotta get rid of that. Whatever I did there is not good. There we go. Okay, let's do one more through there, and then we'll probably need one coming up there. I want some darkness down here at the bottom, so I'm just gonna use the side of my palette knife here to kind of scrape back in. Oh, look what it did to that green. Really made that pop. This almost feels like a path or something, so I think I'm gonna leave that. I don't know what it is. Let's make some lines. Really like scraping back in with this palette knife. Might need to do some bits of that red. Let's add some of this, what is this? The ochre. Just to add some more definition, some more marks down here. I think we need some of this, not the sanguine, English red. Still loving these little red bits of highlight with the Caran d'Ache. I think that's really cool. I think I'm going to come back over it with a little bit of black line. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Let's do a little bit of just a little bit of mark making through here to kind of not hide it, but just sort of make it more less obvious that they're dots. I like dots, but you don't see a lot of perfectly round dots in nature. Okay, I like that. But I feel like it might need, I like that I like what happened up here with the white. I think that actually really, it's a little still there, but it's not too much. Like it doesn't bother me as much as it was. It was really bothering me. Like I was hating it. What if there's a little bit of this sort of sanguine color coming through here? Oh God, what have I done? Let's get our color shaper out here. Oh, I forgot to put Caran d'Ache marks there. Okay, gotta be careful of that. I don't want to, if they smear a little bit, that's okay. I don't want it to all turn black. Okay, I like that. I actually don't hate that at all. I feel like that kind of brings up the color a little bit and gives it something's going on back there. I don't know what it is. Okay, I think I want to extend this mark that we got going on here. Let me get down a little further. I feel like it needed, I don't know why. I feel like it needed to go up higher. Same with this one. Does it need like one little whoop coming off there? Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. What else? What else? Do we need to put line coming through here maybe? Like just a wee bit of a line. Kind of just coming through here, defining that area a little bit. I'm going to take some of this apricot. Just to add some, maybe. There's a lot of thick wax or crayons down here. So it may not be as successful as I think it's going to be. But we're going to try anyway, because it could be really cool. Just a little. We don't need a lot. But it's it's an impactful color, I think. And there needs to be more highlighted areas over here. Let's spread those out a little bit. Okay. Let's put a little bit of this color through here. Just because I need another instance of it, because I don't want it to just be in this one area. But a little bit through here might be good. Little small highlights, nothing bold. just to add some interest, I think. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little bit bolder. The crayon's dirty. What about the red? I feel like I want more. What if we just put like... Okay, here it is with the matte. What do we think? I kind of like it. I think it's kind of groovy. I like the collage. I think the collage is different. I really got to think about putting it down, like, because I just don't think it's going to work over watercolor. I don't think that's going to help. I do think the white, adding the white paint in here really knocked that back a little bit. That was really bugging me. I really love what's going on down here. Like, I love this blue. I love these marks. I love how dark it is down here at the bottom, how it just sort of, this black and this sort of orangey color are just kind of down there. Little pops of that color and little peaches coming through. I mean, I really like it. I think it's pretty cool looking. If I do say so myself. What is that? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I like the scratching back in through here into the watercolor was really fun. All the marks are really good. I'm glad I extended the branches up just a little bit because it kind of brings you up toward the top. Not typically the type of watercolor I make, but I am really loving the layering, the collage, and the Neocolors, and a somewhat limited palette. Like, I think the sky is wonderful up there. I didn't do too much with it, but I think that's the key. I need to remember that more often. Less is more, as somebody would say. I'm taking your advice, though. Yes, the last video, some people were like yelling at me to stop earlier, so we're stopping today. I'm not going to add any more to this piece. I think it's perfect the way it is. I really love this area down here. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, probably on Saturday, because this was just a bonus video I felt like making work today. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.